Hi you guys. Today's gonna be a book review and the topic is very sensitive and very painful. I know that it's about school shootings. The one I refer to is Columbine. For those who haven't heard of Columbine, in the year of 1999 on April the 20th, two senior students of the Columbine High School, Eric Harris, who was 18 at the time, and Dylan Klebold, who was 17. First they tried to blow the entire school up by self-made pipe bombs. But when the bombs didn't go off, they armed themselves. They went into the school, started shooting and killed 12 students, one teacher. They injured 24 others, and in the end they were taking their own lives. Eric's parents and Dylan's parents, they didn't make any public statement at that time, or even try to give explanations about their thoughts of how this all could happen. But the public desperately demanded answers, and the silence which came from the parents created a huge space for speculations of all kinds. So 16 years later, Sue Klebold, Dylan's mother, published a book with the title A Mother's Reckoning, Living in the Aftermath of Tragedy. In it, she's trying to point out or show up that Dylan was easygoing. He was a likable young man. He came from a good suburban home. The parents were hands-on parents. The parents put the sons to bed with prayers and stories and kisses and hugs, so he wasn't spoiled, he wasn't neglected, he wasn't the pinwheel-eyed portrait of evil we all know. He had friends of both gender, boys and girls, and the parents say he was easy to raise, he was a pleasure to be with. So what happened, and when did it happen, and why did it happen? This question and a lot of others torture the parents to this very day. So Sue says the book is a tribute to Dylan, but never an excuse for what he did. And the book is also a moving call to action for mental health advocacy and research. So how is this book constructed? It begins with an intro of the American writer and lecturer on psychology and politics and other things, Andrew Solomon. He's also the winner of the National Book Awards and a mental health activist. I guess in the background you could hear my cat. She's jealous because she can't be with me right now. Andrew Solomon's intro. Please check out his website. I put the link in the description box below. And after that, Sue's story begins. She's describing how she experienced the day the tragedy happened, how they fled from their home because they were followed by the media, how she got insulted in public by a stranger. She's describing her feelings about Dylan's funeral. And she's describing memories of Dylan as a baby, of Dylan as a toddler, memories written down in her own journals, and one of it was a present of Dylan, which is a heartbreaking detail, I guess. To me, her way through the aftermath of of the shootings, it seems like watching a woman drowning, or not drowning, but a woman trapped in deep, dark and cold water, struggling to return into the light from an ocean of full of pain and sorrow and anger and guilt and fear. In the book, every now and then, Sue added picture of Dylan, family photos with Dylan at various ages, and one, I guess it's especially heartbreaking, shows Dylan as a toddler and Sue, and in the snow she's kneeling before him, and they were looking at each other, and they both were smiling, and such a cute picture. It's so sad. And one picture was taken only 3 days before the shootings, which is sad also. So I absolutely recommend reading this book, not only because all authors' profits are donated to research and charitable organizations focusing on mental health issues, but also the whole theme of school shooting. It's today as relevant as back in the day, almost 2 decades ago, and I guess Sue managed it to point out so many possible reasons which may or may not cause such a tragedy, but without directly blaming someone. And I guess important is the awareness of family, of friends, of teachers. Are the current gun laws to blame, or violent video games, or song lyrics? I would say no, but this all can't seduce a healthy mind, but it can impress a ill or confused or an easily led or still developing mind. That's what at least I believe. In many interviews, Sue recommends asking the child which may be in trouble a specific question, and this question goes like this: tell me something about you that nobody knows but that causes you pain. And let the child answer. Don't say, I know it, I was going through that too, and I know teenage years are hard years, but you will survive it. Listen, just listen. And when your child, or when the child is finishing giving you an answer, then ask, tell me more about it. And this question seems easy, but it could make a difference between life and death. So please read the book, and please leave a comment of how you think school shootings could be prevented, or couldn't they. Thank you for your time to watch this video. Please take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones. I love you too. Till next time, yours by Quail.